Hey there, Aquarius. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for your patience in me getting this video out. I've had a lot on my plate, per usual. And here's your card. And here's Marcel. Get on my water, Marcel. So we have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So, simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. All right. All right, Aquarius. Show me energy for Aquarius, please. You have the Hermit, okay? It's a lot of self-reflection, taking pauses, spiritual growth, spiritual direction, looking in on our lives and maybe understanding where we're needing to persevere in a spiritual manner. We all kind of change. We all do that one up, you know, in the Mario and Luigi games when they hit the little mushroom, or like they do, I don't know, they eat the leaf or whatever it is, and like, you know, you get taller, you can like shoot fire or whatever your superpower may be. What I'm feeling here is that there may be some aspect of kind of addressing that here, to bring more balance into your life, you know, to bring more balance into your life for achievement, personal growth. And I feel also a sense of accomplishment, not in a hokey way or a self-grandiose way, but just a personal sense of accomplishment. And I think that that's very healthy here, Aquarius. Show me more for Aquarius. Okay, so you have the Six of Pentacles here. You have the Fool. You have the Ten of Wands. You have Tail. Lots of tail. Hey, why don't you go lay down on your bed, fatty? Show me more for Aquarius. It's not my fault you put on weight. Maybe it is. Oh, go lay in your bed. Show me more for Aquarius. Awesome. Seven of Swords in reverse. Show me more. And the Nine of Wands. Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's a lot of achievement here, Aquarius. A lot of moving forward and getting past certain things, hurdles, feelings, emotions that may have kept you stuck feeling. I feel that there's a necessity also back again to that spiritual energy where we're looking in on ourselves, where we're maybe needing to increase that spiritual awareness, or look deeper into a situation, perhaps. Simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Are you lacking in your life? Where are you lacking? Is there a lack of okay, so I wanted to say happiness, but that was intensity, lack of intensity. I don't know what that means for some people. Maybe you need to bring more vigor to your life. But I feel here that there's a necessity to look at what you're putting, what you're prioritizing here, Aquarius, what you're prioritizing in regard to, it's almost as if like spirituality, the understanding of self, psychology of the self, psychology of others, that aspect needs to be highlighted here. I feel it's a lot to do with spirituality and changing that perspective and progression within your life, increasing it. Also with the Six of Pentacles, being able to know where to give your time to certain things. So it's like kind of managing your time in a certain way, kind of creating a timetable. Maybe you haven't had that type of structure, but it's like structuring your situation so you can actually put more energy towards something that's going to help you grow as a human being, as a person. It's not just mundane. That's kind of sexy. I mean, and I don't say that in like a glib way. I say it, it's sexy to me because so few people do that. And perhaps I'm an idealist and maybe that's what it is, but this energy, you guys get like hyper energy. Your readings are very different than most of the other readings. Yeah. Okay. And it feels also too that Aquarius, you guys are, you know, looking at, it's like you're changing in one aspect of yourself and then you're changing your outer aspect. It's kind of an interesting experience that I'm experiencing here, whatever this is. It's like you're doing two things at once, but this one actually creates the symbiosis for all of it. But it's like you're active in two different ways within changing your life. That's a lot to take on, dude. That's a lot to take on. Shit. That's kind of cool though. That's really cool. Like doing multiple things to better yourself at once. I don't know. I guess oftentimes I look at those types of things and I'm like, oh no, one step at a time, baby steps, just take off what you can chew. But it feels here that you're like going in gung-ho and not faltering, not coming out with a problem. Like you're achieving things really, really well here. That actually feels really good. And you're dealing with old baggage, you know, things that you kind of hold on to with that 10 of Wands, kind of like just letting it roll off your shoulder, you know, which is good. And I think that that spiritual growth and connection to yourself is actually going to help alleviate some of that like connection to that old sludge that's been with you for a long time. I think on a personal level with the Seven of Swords here, it's about how and when we might lie to ourselves, how and when we show up to things in a negative way, when we're manipulative, when we deceive people, whether it might not be like the grandest deception, but sometimes we just lie. Sometimes we're just liars. And, you know, that affects different aspects of our lives. That affects our integrity. And nobody else may know that you're lying, but you know. And if you don't know, and if that doesn't bother you, seek here. But in regard to that though, this Nine of Wands is about basically creating healthy boundaries in regard to when we see ourselves overgiving, when we see ourselves being deceptive, being cruel to others, sometimes being cruel to ourselves, you know. It's kind of finding a healthier balance. It's like seeing yourself in a better vision and doing what you can to attain it and move forward. And I think you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised, Aquarius, just because it feels highly positive and it feels like you're willing to do the work here with this Eight of Pentacles. That's what it feels like. This is about you. I like that. I like that. That's a very different energy. So many of the other readings are like about somebody wanting somebody, about this and that, and like, you know, well, that might be your situation. I feel that this is more of a personal pursuit. I get a lot of those types of readings for you guys. It's very interesting. You're like the only one. Okay, so you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here with the Hermit. Interesting energy. Again, I'm being pulled to the Six of Pentacles about equality and fairness within how you manage your time within the real world, and also how you give to your spiritual aspect. There's going to be certain things that you're going to need to put a halt to. Doesn't mean you're not going to take them up later, but I feel like it's going to be a change in pursuits. It's going to be a change in the way you operate within your life, and it feels like you're structuring yourself. Okay, I keep saying structure or structuring. It's going to be how you structure yourself from this point forward. Even if you don't believe in spirituality, if you think that's a bunch of shit, do whatever you can to be with yourself. Do whatever you can to find times where you can be just with yourself. So like in nature, visit the water, you know, go on a hike, like do something, go twiddle your toes in the soil, you know, get that dirt in your feet. Like, there's something about that that's really important, and I am even hesitant about that, you know. I don't know why, but I do love nature. I just like to stand in moss. I don't like standing in dirt. I want to stand on moss. I'm good there. But I feel that this is like being very conscious of how you're going to have to split your efforts in regard to that utmost self-care, you know, that utmost self-awareness, and going in that direction. I think that that's really healthy and quite an achievement, because it feels like you are changing everything. You're letting go of one to replace it with something better, which is healthier. It's actively healthier. Okay, very cool. Show me the Six of Pentacles here for Aquarius. So you have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Interesting too, just because the Seven of Cups in reverse can talk about energy where we are, we're no longer emotionally conflicted by something. We're no longer confused by our options. We direct ourselves in the direction we're in. We direct ourselves towards what we want, and we achieve fairness. We achieve equality and optimal results here with that. It fills us, you know, when you fill yourself, you know, in a healthy way, that's when you can give to others. That's when you flow and flow and flow. Here it is attaining it, you know, and here with the Seven of Cups in reverse, it's releasing fear in regard to doing that. It's releasing the worry that, okay, well, I have to take myself away from this and this and this so I can give to this. Just give to it, and you will take yourself away. It's kind of a requirement to get more. You have to shed one thing for the other. There's going to probably be a lot of like quiet time. I'm just seeing a lot of downtime. Show me the Fool. And it's like, not like you're not going to have anything to do. You're going to have a shit ton to do, but you're also going to have to prioritize downtime. Show me the Fool. Okay. So many cards, and I feel like I have to take them. I don't want to take this many, but okay. Bottom of the deck, Aquarius, there you are, the Queen of Swords, okay? So you have, for the Fool, you have, and the Six of Cups, you have the Six of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Star, and the Page of Wands. New direction, addressing situations maybe from our past. I'm not talking about past people. I'm talking about the internal stuff from our past. It may be dealing with past people in relationship situations that may leave you in pain, but I'm talking about programming that may be from early on, you know, things now that are done, you know they're done, and so you know that there's a necessity to cleanse that energy. Again, here, this Nine of Pentacles, again, it's that downtime. I'm seeing this energy. It's not a negative one at all, you know, and a lot of people see the Nine of Pentacles and they're like, oh God, no, not that card. That means I'm going to be single. Sure, it could mean you're going to be single. It could mean let your eye be single and your whole body be filled with light. It could mean, you know, a lot of things, but I think that there's a necessity to cultivate things through solidarity here. Even if you are with a partner, there's an aspect here that's calling for you to actually be more in tune with yourself, Aquarius. Here you are again. This is your card, the Star. This is about healing, it's about growth, but it's also about seeing things. You know, a lot of the times people think this is just outward recognition, being seen for your efforts. Sometimes you have to also look within yourself as a part of healing the self to understand where you are making your achievements. You know, they may be things that nobody else can see, but only you can. You can experience them. It's not something you're seeing from the mountaintops, it's a personal change that you can accept or not accept, but the necessity to do some of this work is coming for you, okay? Especially starting the reading off with the Hermit. It's about new direction, finding different things about yourself and accepting it within the scope of being a student of the self, a student of high esteem for yourself. Show me the 10 of Wands. The Knight of Wands in reverse. In regard to getting involved with things where you're in and out, have cold feet, don't commit to something. In regard to things where you have a fair amount of curiosity and study it for a week and then you're done and you never go back to it again. This is about letting go of that type of behavior. It's about finding what resonates for you and really just making sure that you go for it and you just stay with it, okay? I will give an overall reading for dealing with people, you know, like a relationship situation, but I want to finish this message first because this one is feeling like it's taking precedence. Show me the 7 of Swords in reverse. The Devil energy, Capricorn energy, and the Tower at the bottom of the deck. With the 7 of Swords in reverse, again, you know, where are you taking things away from yourself? Where are you self-sabotory? Where are you lying and cheating yourself out of things? It could mean that you're dealing with somebody like that, but it also can mean where we fuck shit up for ourselves. Marcel, don't fuck my shit up. The Devil is a card of toxic connection, codependent energies. Where do we have that in our lives? You know, where do we have that in regard to the things that we fear? A lot of the time people don't like to think about that, but when we have fear in connection to something, oftentimes we have a codependent connection to it or a toxic connection to it that we need to look at and address and see the energy behind it, why it's there for us. Perhaps that's some of the energy from the past, you know? Where were you neglected? What is this energy that needs to be shifted around a bit? Because it feels like that's what's calling. Show me the 9 of Wands here. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to leave that there under the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So in regard to the safeguarding of where you're at in your life, in regard to putting up healthy boundaries towards the things that undo us, this is all about change. It's about flow, and it's about taking your time with this. This is not a new thing. This is not something that's going to, or it may be a new thing for you, but it's not something that's going to be instantaneous. This is going to take years long servitude in yourself, basically. The Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles, you have things coming up, things to learn, things to extend your energy towards, and it's going to bring you a fair amount of positivity, new beginnings, new actions, new foundations within your life. Again, stabilizing the whole point of experiencing ourselves within the lens of the Hermit. Okay, so now, that was a lot to process, and I know that I just start talking and I go, and I'm sorry. A lot of the times when the readings are done, I have no idea what I said. So I'm now needing to talk about relationship stuff here. You may be dealing with a situation where one partner was giving a lot to another partner, and what are you doing, fatty? There might not have been reciprocation, and so it might be looking into why we stay in situations like that. It's, again, that internal self-addressing of a situation. There may be a aspect of this relationship potential where there could be the opportunity for another beginning to happen, but I think the reality of somebody's experience within this is too much of a burden. There's too much going on. It's almost as if you've seen people for who they are. They may be sorry in regard to a situation. They may be sorry in regard to the actions that they, you know, with the Devil and the 7 of Swords in reverse, they may be sorry about the actions that they caused you to experience in this, and are hoping that time will just change it. But I think there's too much of a disturbance in your connection at this point with the 9 of Wands to basically say, okay, we can continue on. This is you saying, no, I'm going to find out different things that are going to be better for me, that I can actually put my energy into, where I'm not being second guessed, where I'm being, you know, given crumbs here with this Knight of Wands in reverse and the Devil next to it. You would rather walk after learning from this energy than maintain it. This Nine of Pentacles here does indicate some aspect of being a singular person, but it's also about healing and coming out the better, you know, the wiser and more simplistic in a way. That's what I'm needing to say. There's some sort of aspect here by letting this energy go and finding the strength to do so. There's like an aspect of simplicity that enters your life in a really healthy way. So I'm going to go ahead and get I'm going to get a clarifier over here for simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Show me kindness. Show me simple acts of kindness for Aquarius. Show me simple acts of kindness for Aquarius. Show me simple acts of kindness for Aquarius. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry myself. I just literally like slapped him in the face with a deck of cards. Did you get slapped in the face with a deck? I'm sorry, baby. Naughty. Okay, so aside from 5 billion cards on the floor, you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here, simple acts of kindness. That's an interesting card to have there, just because oftentimes the 10 of Pentacles is going to talk about connections with people that have been a long-standing connection in your life. I don't know if this energy is more so for a relationship energy within this reading, but it may be a situation where a dissolve happens, or you understand that connections of a certain nature are no longer able to remain in your life. But it also bleeds out into other aspects of your life, with family, with friends, with long-standing situations. It's like you start to understand where to trim the fat, where to cut people off, you know, not like in an asshole way, but like literally where to cut people off to preserve your energy. Because sometimes people will eat you, they will suck your energy dry, Aquarius. And yeah, you guys are kind of beacons of light, though, in a lot of ways for a lot of people, and you may not know that. Some of you do know that. But you're very vibrant. You're very different than the norm. And again, I honestly think that that's why I get these types of messages for you guys. Just because you're weird. And I like it. I like it. Okay. There's so many cards on the floor. All right, let me go ahead and get some advice for this reading, Aquarius. Show me advice for Aquarius, please. You have the Star. You have you. You have you, and you have you again at the bottom of the deck, the King of Swords. Now, you may have been dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Could be that energy. But this is somebody who's very discerning in their life. They don't want to listen to bullshit. They've experienced enough of their own bullshit to know that they're not interested in dealing with it any longer, so they choose to go a different route. It's also somebody who can be a little bit less engaged, a little more detached, somebody who's a little colder, very, very thoughtful, very good communication skills when they want to. In reverse, they're a total dick, a very cold prick. But the Star here, this is about taking action in your life. It's about changing situations, being available for that change, and being pursuant of it as well. The Star with the Star, it's just like an extra clarification that you're on the right path, but no matter what path you're on, it's important to consider your internal aspect. It's important to consider your spiritual being and health and well-being. So that is what I have to say here for you, Aquarius. I hope that this reading was helpful. I know it was hella fucking weird and maybe not what you wanted to hear, but this is what I have for you. So if this is for you, it's for you. I feel that this is more of a general message than anything, actually, more so than most of the readings I do. I beg for my readings to be generalized because they're always so specific, but this is not a bad general energy reading. This is not a bad general message. Like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that likes a little spirituality in my life, but it feels like that aspect is necessary here and presented for you to experience more of yourself. So go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below, and I will be back in a few weeks for the February reading. Take care, Aquarius. Bye-bye.